Georgia with a 17-11 record, but more importantly, one game separates them in the Peach Belt Conference, as this is how it's supposed to be. As we welcome you to the broadcast position, Charles McNeil and the coach, the Hall of Famer, Lynn Carlson. Happy to have you guys with us. Coach, two teams with a lot on the line here tonight.
Yes, both teams want to keep their top four positions in the PBC regular tournament, assuring them of an initial home game in the Peach Belt Conference playoff tournament after the season's over. Now, they're coming in and they're both peaking. The Nighthawks are coming in with 5 wins in their last 7 games, and the Jaguars have won 4 of their last 5. And this coaches in this game will be an interesting matchup. You have the dean of the women's coaches in the PBC, Buffy Burson, and Augusta University, Celeste Stewart, a rising star in the coaching profession.
No question about it. 4 years for Coach Stewart, and she will put it all on the line here tonight with an opportunity, with a victory, to possibly secure themselves a spot in the NCAA tournament. But first, let's talk about the players to watch, and let's start with the visitors.
Well, visitors for the Nighthawks. Number 4, Avery Jones, 5'7" sophomore guard from Delaware, Georgia. She is a triple threat, scores at a high percentage from all 3 areas of the court. She leads the Nighthawks in field goals, threes, free throws, and is second in assists and rebounds. As Jones goes, so go the Nighthawks.
And on the other side, what about Augusta?
For Augusta, number 24, Quinasia Abercrombie, 5'10", sophomore guard from Greenville, South Carolina, Wade Hampton High School. She is an impact player. She scores, she can shoot the 3, and she gets to the free throw line. An all-PBC performer that just keeps getting better and better.
No doubt about it. Let's talk about the keys to victory in this one, because you've got 2 teams with a lot on the line and a lot of expectations coming to this one. What are your keys to winning?
Well, the keys for the Jaguars are, number 1, to limit turnovers. Cut down on turnovers against the press out front, which lead to easy Nighthawk baskets. And number 2, avoid the fourth quarter blues. Execute clock management and proper shot selection going down the stretch. Moving on to the Nighthawks, they need to knock down and bury the 3 ball. They shot 32 of them in the first outing, and they need to bang the boards. They need to do a better job on the boards than they did in the first game.
Well, I tell you what, I think you've got us all set. All we need now is the starting lineups, and to provide all of that for us is the man with the plan. Our public address announcer, his name is Jason Shear. He's been around for quite some time, and Jason has all the particulars for this important doubleheader on the final week of the regular season. Jason?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the George A. Christenberry Fieldhouse and Clint Bryant Court on the campus of Augusta University for today's Peach Belt Conference matchup, featuring the visiting North Georgia Nighthawks and your Augusta Jaguars. Before we introduce the starters, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now, let's meet the starters for this afternoon's contest. First, let's welcome our visitors from North Georgia. Wearing number 44 for the Nighthawks, please welcome Ava McLaughlin. Number 22, Riley Simmons. Number 3, Zanaya Preston. Number 4, Avery Jones. And number 5, Hannah Kale. The head coach of the Nighthawks is Buffy Burson. She's assisted by Amber Schedule, Julianne Sutton, Emily Truschel, and Cooper Turner. Jaguars. At guard, a 5'5" freshman from Calhoun, Georgia, number 11, Shania Dorsey. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore from Fairfax, Virginia, number 21, Elise Autry. At forward, a 5'10" sophomore from Greenville, South Carolina, number 24, Quinacia Abercrombie. At forward for Augusta, a 6-foot senior from Griffin, Georgia, number 3, Nadia Byard. And at forward, a 6'1" senior from Gainesville, Florida, number 12, Amari Jackson. The head coach of the Jaguars is Celeste Stewart. She's assisted by Renwick Lee, Kayla Patrick, and Monet Florence.
Hold on. Yep, I got you now.
Celeste Stewart in her 4th season, ready to go with her Jaguars on the floor as they host North Georgia in a big matchup here in the Peach Belt Conference. Charles McNeil and the coach, Lynn Carlson, to bring you all the activities here on the Peachtree Sports Network. Special thanks to them for all their expertise in providing you the pictures and accounts. Our friends here at the Roar Network. Dribbling and driving. The team in the blue, that's the Nighthawks out of Dahlonega. Short jump hook is up and down. Put that one home for Ava McLaughlin. McLaughlin coming into this contest, a junior, 6 foot, 6 points, 5 rebounds, and assists a game. Also 19 blocks this season. Jaguar starters, you see them on the screen. They include the young lady with the basketball right there. That's Nadia Byard, and that's her fellow big, the post player, Jackson, Amari Jackson, 6'1" post player, and there the answer is Hannah Kale. This one should be a high-scoring affair as Kale buries a triple. For Kale, that's number 38 on the season. She's the transfer for Georgia College and State University. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. These two teams come in with lofty records. The Jaguars 13-6 in conference play. North Georgia 12-6. Last game of the regular season for Augusta. North Georgia has this one and another. Count that basket and a foul. Putting it home is McLaughlin with her second field goal, so she's off to a fabulous start.
Well, what's happened in the last two scores for the Nighthawks is they beat the Jaguars down the floor. One time they beat them to a corner three, and that time they beat him. The big man got down the floor and got a layup. And initially, she scored also on a low post play where the Jags were not down the floor quick enough.
That's Quinasia Abercrombie, the leading scorer for the Jaguars, and leads them in several categories as she knocks down her first look. Abercrombie, the sophomore out of Greenville, preseason all-conference selection last year. She was the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year, the freshman of the year, I should say. Three ball on the way, no good. Off the back iron, tipped out of the hands of McLaughlin, and she touched it last. It'll be Jaguar basketball.
Baseline drive, spins, fades, bang!
But knocking down the jump shot on the turnaround, Abercrombie, who has it here. Now let's see if Jackson will return the favor to Byard. Instead, she goes right side. And now driving and kicking. There's a lob over the top. Jackson trying to corral it. Has a much smaller player, and as she does, there's a whistle underneath. After contact and a foul, that'll go against the Nighthawks.
That's a tough pass to make. She was surrounded by a couple of players. Fortunately, the Jags maintained possession of the ball.
Kamira Langston checks in early on in this contest for Celeste Stewart. Langston out of Chicago, part of the senior afternoon affair on Saturday, a victory for the Jaguars. They took down Middle Georgia. Elise Autry to the bucket. Exciting point guard, sophomore. With a whale of talent for the Jags. Cross-court pass. This is Shania Dorsey with her first opportunity, and she knocks it home. The freshman showing no signs of nervousness in this big environment as the freshman out of Calhoun, Georgia, connects. She had 20 points in the victory over Georgia Southwestern State University earlier this year.
Lady Jags showing their quickness, getting the second balls, and on dribble drive penetration.
So Jaguars trailing by 2 with possession of the basketball. Abercrombie and the Jags victorious on the road up in Dahlonega. Jackson's shot rattles off, no good. That game back on January the 21st. Elise Autry with a huge 24-point performance to enable the Jaguars to pull out a 76-68 victory on the road.
Avery Jones countered with what she does. It's a three ball.
On the top of the circle, Kale has it. Brings it up top to Jones. Avery stops and pops. It rattles off. There's the follow-up inside. Tremendous hustle. Riley Simmons out of Canton, Georgia. Her first field goal.
Riley's long. Got great position on that play.
She's the transfer from USC Aiken. Averaging 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists a game. Jaguars coming up short. Jackson wanted a whistle on that one. On the catch and shoot, back iron, easy rebound.
They're not wasting any time before they launch it up there. They get down the floor quick and they shoot quick.
And both teams actually forcing the issue up and down the floor.
Her second, the team's second, checking in.
Kale in the wrong place at the wrong time, trying to reach in on Autry. So Jaguars with the basketball. So we near our first media timeout. Largest deficit is right now at 7. Quinasia Abercrombie gets a step but leaves the basketball behind. It's stolen away. Picked up by Eminer. Jones. And Q with the hand checking there will pick up the foul.
You have to be very careful when you're playing defense in that part of the court because the referee's got such a good view of you. They're standing close to you and they see everything.
Nia Dorsey checks out. The junior, Sierra Burns, comes in. Junior out of Atlanta. Now the dribble drop to the bucket with the right hand floater off the window. Score that one to Zayna Preston.
Preston just blew by her defender on that one.
The jump stop. Abercrombie to the bucket. Comes up shy, and the whistle means a foul. We got a timeout on the floor. It comes with 4:54 left to play, and you're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network.
We have our first media timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your AU cheerleaders.
Playing a man-to-man. Once there's a dribble drive penetration, they really pack it in tight and make it difficult to go all the way to the basket.
The number one free throw shooter in the conference, Quinasia Abercrombie. Number one free throw shooter in the conference, Quinasia Abercrombie, knocking in a pair of free throws to cut into the deficit for a moment. Right back at you is Preston with her second field goal. The sophomore out of Austell, the transfer from Anderson, who averages 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists a game. Second field goal for her. Burns left the ball on the floor, and as she reached in to stop the break, Florida has really emerged this season as an offensive threat for the Jags. Lefty hook, no good. Loose ball rebound picked up by Burns. He goes behind the back, sets up the offense. She'll run the point duties. Now give way to Autry. Jackson ushering the freshman Chloe Ross to move around a little bit. Now the attack by Abercrombie. Goes in to follow, can't get it. Taken out by Preston. Hit a head pass, and it's a beautiful one underneath. Lost control and out of bounds off the hands of Eminer.
Once again, the Nighthawks just beat him down the floor.
Riley Simmons bringing that length back onto the floor. So Storr and Preston at the guards now, and an easy layup by Ross. Chloe Ross. Matthews, North Carolina, the freshman, 6'3", the tallest member of the Jaguars. Had a season high, 14 points versus Catawba. Fired, misfires from close range off the deft feed from Abercrombie. But there was contact underneath, and a foul will go against North Georgia.
Quickness, length by Abercrombie on the deflection, and Burt has a bunny, but just couldn't get it to go down.
Burns drives the lane, float game, off the mark. Fans wanted a foul. Avery Jones, cross-court look. Now the drive, getting to the bucket. Strong basketball play by Storr, the graduate student out of McDonough.
So far, Coach Stewart is not exactly thrilled with their perimeter defense. Usually, the Jaguars are the quicker team. But heretofore, the Nighthawks have been beating them down the floor, and they've been beating them on dribble drive penetration.
77% free throw shooter at the line. Power averaging 4 points and 4 rebounds a game.
Both teams have come to play. They're showing a lot of energy. To use a Southern colloquialism, there's no lollygagging around in this game.
I tell you, they're moving up and down the floor, as you said, Coach, and also as a result, a lot of players getting inserted in and out of the lineups. Now for North Georgia, they don't have a deep bench. Jaguars are used to playing 10 or more.
Great D by the Nighthawks in this one. Jax Connor with a 1-2-1-1 press.
Broken by the Nighthawks. Preston's pass is stolen away. Burns has to gather. Working on the right side. She'll pull up. Rebounded by Byers. She misses from close range. Preston gets to the bucket. The iron didn't work out for her that time.
And Byers either has a contact lens or she got hit in the nose. Actually, that was on the bump on the initial part of the drive. There wasn't much of a hit on the actual shot itself.
She got the continuation all the way to the bucket.
This quarter's flown by, and I think it's because of the way the game's been played.
End-to-end basketball is what we like, Coach, and we get the chance to see it, as are our fans around the state. On Peachtree Sports Network, Charles McNeil and the coach, Lynn Carlson. That's Buffy Burson. Coach, in her 32nd season, 680 victories in the top 10 among active coaches in wins. 4 years ago, a Final Four appearance. She has done a lot for North Georgia basketball.
I gotta give her a compliment. She takes good care of herself. She doesn't look much different now than she did 20 years ago.
Preston at the line. She shoots it at 84% on the season. Balanced scoring on the part of this Nighthawks team. 10 players total on their roster. Nine out of those 10 make solid contributions. There's a dribble and a kick for a wide open 3-ball. No good. Rebounded off the hands of Langston, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Avery Jones. Elise Autry, Shania Dorsey, and the original starting 5 back on the floor for the Jaguars. Benaja Abercrombie sliding through. Over the top comes Jackson, and she'll pick up another foul.
Got it for over the back.
Foul on the Jaguars, Amari Jackson. That's her first foul. Checking in for Augusta, number 32, Sierra McGinley.
Great job by our replay crew picking up all the action on that last play.
Shooting 2, Ayla McLaughlin.
Ava's at the line. She was extremely active in their most recent contest. Victory over Flagler. Attacking both the offensive and defensive boards. 64% free throw shooter. CeCe McGinley with her first look. She's usually instant offense off the bench for the Jaguars. And not bashful at all, Coach.
The Jags need some type of offensive push because, as you would say, the iron has been unkind to them in this first quarter.
Final seconds of the opening quarter play. Keeping an eye on Jones. She gives way to her teammate in the left wing corner.
Let's see if the Jaguars can get up a decent shot here now with 15 to go.
Millar's shot was just a little bit strong on the back iron. Now Dorsey calmly brings it in the front court. Byard looking for the backdoor feed, not available. 3 seconds left. Out it comes to Byard. She likes it right there. It rattles off, and that's the end of the opening quarter of play. We played 10 minutes inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse, and you're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network.
The sonic boom of the South, the TW Jersey Marching Band.
Season, Augusta University yielding about 14 points to their opponents in the opening quarter, but in this opening quarter yielding 22 to North Georgia. They're one of their rivals here in the Peach Belt Conference, and they trail by 10. As we get things underway, having shot 5 of 20 in that opening quarter has Augusta. Missing another one there. There's McGinley on the follow, off the window. She gets it to drop home.
Maybe that stick back will get them going. They've had good shots. They just haven't been able to put them in.
Rebounding was even, 11 all. Opening quarter. Big number was the fast break points for, you mentioned it, Coach, them getting up and down the floor ahead of Augusta's pace. 11-2 was the number there as they get another basket. That's Riley Simmons.
Dumb down pass. Post person kicks it out to the cutter. Well executed.
Simmons 2 for 2 from the floor. She's got 4. Quinage Abercrombie gets it blocked. Pulling up from deep and knocking it down is Chloe Ross. Her deepest shot I think we've seen her make all season long.
It's the deepest shot I've ever seen her take.
Can't make it if you don't take it, Coach. That's the deficit to 8. Oh, there's a rejection by Ross, playing it on both ends of the floor. Stop and pop. A little strong. Ross on the boards. Going to the floor with it is McGinley, and last touch by McGinley. Excellent hustle on the part of both teams there.
Nice block. Kicks out to Chloe. Drains it.
Got to be in the right place at the right time. Chloe Ross doing so there. From the wing, the fling. Dang. Knocking that one home. That's Millar. Maddie Millar. Second attempt from deep. First connection. Jackson usually automatic on those drives. Great deterrent that time by Riley Simmons, who got a piece of it down the other end. CC goes down.
Good call by the official there. It was a gutsy call.
McLaughlin.
Here's the pass.
The intended target.
Gets over her back. Pass needed to be a little bit longer. She had a layup.
This is the largest deficit for the Jaguars at 11. And an offensive foul called against Chloe Ross.
It's an offensive foul on Augusta's Chloe Ross. Her second, Augusta's first foul of the second
Chloe
quarter.
with the quick 2 fouls there.
The Jaguar press hasn't been that effective because the Nighthawks are smart enough. They're passing through it. They're not trying to dribble through it. And that's how you get through a zone trap. And that was a weird travel. The Nighthawks player was all alone. Nobody was near her. And she moved her feet.
Yeah, Coach Burson that is, did not say anything on that one. Just looked the other way and walked. Took a little stroll. Quinasia Abercrombie in and out, followed up by Jackson. She misses another one in close. Jackson, who shoots better than 50% from the field.
You know, eventually the worm is going to turn here, and some of these shots are going to start going in. Great second effort by Jackson.
Three seniors on the women's basketball program for Augusta University. Nadia Byard, Kadira Langston, and that young lady right there, Amari Jackson. All were celebrated on Saturday during homecoming and senior day. Had their families in attendance, many of which remained here in town.
It's been about 3 or 4 over the back calls here. That was a legit call.
She would have gotten away with it had she not reached around and touched her on the back, I believe.
Right. The Nighthawks have good spacing on their zone press attack.
Cross court pass. Millar wide open. Go back the other way. Zayna coming up short. Second chance opportunity. And rebounded by Jackson. Dorsey goes sprawling.
A late call, but a correct call.
Her third, the team's third.
Inadvertent trip. A trip is a trip.
The Jaguars have some offense now flowing. As Quinasia Abercrombie out there with Dorsey and McGinley. Not to mention Jackson's ability to score around the painted area. And Byard had a tremendous game in the head-to-head meeting the last time these two got together.
Her first, it's the Nighthawks' fourth team foul.
CC. At the top of the circle. Looks over to Dorsey. Right wing corner. Jackson launches. A little bit outside of her range. Jaguars trailing by 9. Nice cut. Preston.
And that was all caused by them beating the Lady Jags down the floor. Long pass, passed it back to the cutter, easy layup.
So we got a timeout on the floor. 5:58 remaining. The Jaguars making things happen, but the Nighthawks doing a little bit better. You're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network. Georgia scoring it at 3 of 6 field goal attempts, knocked home in the second quarter, 50% in this quarter, 50% for the ball game, 10 of 20 overall, and they lead it by 11. And we've got an offensive foul on Nadia Byard, I believe.
Byard ran through the screen. Ricky Mayhorn.
That's her first personal. Team's third. North Georgia with 4 team fouls. Ball deflected away, intended in the painted area for Emner.
AU's post players got to get around and do a better job of denying that pass.
Give and go opportunity. Ball tipped in the corner. Last touch by the Nighthawks. It's Jaguar basketball.
Partial deflection on that shot. Left hand got on the ball.
Shot clock at 10. Dorsey tries to get it into Jackson. It's deflected away. Preston finds Jones. Dorsey getting knee down low in her stance. Into the painted area. Nice soft jump hook that finds the bottom. Emner.
Textbook high-low. AU plays behind the post and gives up a bunny.
Kendall Emner out of Macon, 6'2", averaging just under 8 points a game, along with 5 rebounds and an assist. The Jaguars unable to capitalize down the other end. Jones giving up her offense to get her teammates involved, and they're taking advantage of the shot opportunities. Very unselfish star player is this one, as she launches, calls her own number, and finally gets one to drop from two-point land. 5'7" sophomore. Hometown product out of Dahlonega.
She's their leading scorer. She connected on that one.
17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists a game. Nearly 2 steals a contest as well. And another foul against the Jags.
14th foul. Checking in the game for the Jaguars.
Second foul against Dorsey.
Didn't need to explain that one. Great spacing on their attack.
Preston. Working around the horn. Jones drives. Bounce pass in the paint. Burns had it momentarily. And then the outlet pass. The Jaguars just rushing. Nearly threw it away again. Jackson buries it.
Maybe that'll get her going.
Amari Jackson, nothing but the bottom of the cup. And the 12-footer. Now Abercrombie, her scoop doesn't go. Ball tipped by Burns out of bounds. And I think they're going to change the ruling on this one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Looked like it was Burns who knocked it out of bounds.
Also, number 44, Ava McLaughlin.
Burns knocks it down. So the junior
scored on the last 2 possessions.
The first recruits that coach brought in, Celeste Stewart, when she got the job full-time. Big possession for the Jaguars, nearing the 2-minute mark. Jackson underneath, count the basket, and a foul.
Jackson gets great position. Her defender plays behind her. The Cardinals sin. She spins, scores. Chance for an old-fashioned 3-pointer. Jaguars showing a little life now. They were kind of like in a energy coma for about 5 or 6 minutes, and they're bouncing back.
3-point play, the conventional style for Amari Jackson. Jaguars with some pressure. Touch pass to Preston. Cross-court pass thrown to nobody.
Oh, those turnovers.
Quick substitution. Jackson on the turnaround. Amari Jackson, we talked about her offense. It's on display over these last 3 possessions. For the Jags, they've cut the deficit down to 6. Trailed by as many as 11. Preston wide open to the cup. The scoop will drop, and a foul.
She really used her body well on that drive. You know, replaying that, you'll see how she uses her shoulder and deflects the defender. Right, bang, right there. Nice job.
And had the presence of mind to use a little English as well to spin it in.
Now checking in for North Georgia, Riley Simmons.
Riley Simmons, who just checked out, back into the lineup.
Well, the reason she came out is she played behind Jackson 3 consecutive times, and it was a disaster.
So Preston, who made her first 2 free throws, missed that one there. 90 seconds left before halftime. There's a deflection. Quick hands by Jones. She's ahead of the field. Avery Jones to the bucket. Burns now with 7. Jackson to Byer. Her catch and shoot a little strong.
Double high post. What today's generation call it the horns.
Sidestep 3 ball. Good box by Burns, but excellent hustle on the part of Storr to get another foul against Sierra Burns. That's number 2 on her.
Checking back in for the Jaguars, Kamira Langston.
Here we go.
At the line,
You know, if anything, to me, that was a foul on the Nighthawks reaching over the back.
But first checking in for the Nighthawks, Maddie Millard.
Sierra Burns having a conversation, as you see at the top of your screen, with the official, saying, I'm boxing her out. She's swimming over the top.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened. Burns is right on this one.
Storr makes 1 of 2. Tamir Whittle with the basketball. Langston. Burns, so 4 reserves with the starter Jackson in the post, who turns and faces. Side rim with that shot attempt, and they have plenty of time still left on the shot clock. So they'll leave the Nighthawks with the final opportunity in the first half. Jones will back it down. Got to back down the smaller defender. Whittle gets the high ball screen, kicks in the left wing corner. 1 second remaining. The shot on the way. It rattles off, and that concludes the first 20 minutes of action.
Augusta 27.
Jaguars trailing by 11. Their largest deficit remains just that. They got it to within 6, Coach. And so there's some things that Celeste Stewart could be happy about and maybe build on as they get ready to go and discuss it in the halftime locker room.
Well, late in the second quarter, they showed a burst of energy, and they didn't always convert that energy into points, but they were active. They got the ball into Jackson Loesch, and they 2 or 3 hoops, and the Nighthawks, everything that they've done so far has been predicated to beating the Lady Jacks down the floor. Coach Person's probably got those kids up in the morning in their sweats running wind sprints in the mountains up there because they can really fly. And Celeste is going to address that problem. Also, they haven't had any problem combating their press. And the press has been a zone press, and the spacing for the Nighthawks has been perfect. So maybe Celeste is going to come back out this half and go with a man-to-man press and see if they have as much success handling that as they've had handling the zone press.
Amari Jackson for the Jaguars started the game 2 of 8 from the floor. Now 5 of 13. She leads scoring in this game with 13 points and 5 rebounds. 10 points for Zayna Preston, the unsung hero. She also has an assist and 2 steals and 2 rebounds as well. She leads the way for North Georgia, who also has 7 points from Avery Jones, who was held in check during her first 11 minutes of action. Held in just 3 points. She scored 4 late in that first half. So some players who have made some impact on both sides will have complete highlights as well as statistical overlooks on both teams coming up in just a few minutes. But right now, it's time for us to get you ready for the halftime activities. You're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, your AU Girls team. If you've got friends coming to town, make sure they stay at one of our lodging partners. A big thank you to Augusta Marriott and the Convention Center.
Winning, I wanted it to be family based. I entered the transfer portal my sophomore year after Florida Southern College. So after I entered, Coach Ashley Fox, she reached out to me, and then I spoke with her, and then she gave me Coach Stewart's number, and me and Coach Stewart talked from there. And when I came on my visit, I instantly knew that I wanted to come here. So I either want to go into clinical counseling or I want to be a sports psychologist. For the most part, I think I've done a better job of planning ahead and staying organized. I definitely would say my first semester here was a struggle. I had assignments here and assignments there, and I was just trying to get everything all crammed in. But now I think I'm pretty good about staying organized. Last year, I would say it definitely was a big jump. It was a surprise, a culture shock almost, simply because of the fact that I was getting used to the standard here at AU, and then just the newcomer thing. I was trying to get over that hump. I had a stress reaction, so it's like something right before a stress fracture. So I had I want to say it was like this big, and it was just right on the side of my shin. I thought I was gonna have to redshirt. I was really scared. Whenever I went to the doctors, they had answers, but it wasn't a definite answer. It was always like a okay, but, and me, I'm like, this is my senior year, like I want to play okay, but like, what's the time frame? With us having 10 newcomers on the team, I definitely think that I have stepped up, and I'm continuing to step up in being a leader and that returner. I see so much growth. I feel like I'm much more confident. I want to say last year and years prior, I was more like back to the basket and a more defensive threat, but I feel like I've balanced both. We have so many different pieces, like offensively, defensively, like I feel like we're unguardable. I really feel like we're gonna win the conference.
I just airball though, so we gotta get that back. Cause ain't no way to airball, but we got the points anyway. It was a pass for the Q. So I really up 1 assist. I got CC on the court. How much from the bet I get an assist? Hey! Dang! Ball pass here. I see Santi! I see Santi! Make sure we boxing out and getting securing the rebound. Did you eat? My ball! Left! Yeah, no N1. If they got the layup, let them get the layup. They still got to get another point. Anybody, Shania, she'll mess around and get the N1. Be aware of Santi, her little sneaky self. She making moves.
They gonna run sideline.
Can't let you touch me. Okay. Go free throw.
Y'all, I'm fully convinced that thrifting is the way to go. I got all of these pieces and only spent $10 because I traded in my old clothes and got store credits from Uptown Cheapskate. This cardigan is perfect to layer on top of other pieces. It's still new with tags. I picked up this really cute dress that's perfect for date night or just a night out. This top, the color is everything for fall this year. So I paired this top with a really cute pair of flare jeans, added in some kitten heels to elevate the look. All from Uptown Cheapskate. Bye.
At Augusta University, we're loaded with all-American talent, incredible strength, and exceptional hands. But here at Augusta University, we measure talent a little differently. We beat opponents who don't play fair and fight against all odds, not for trophies or titles,
but for victories.
The sonic boom of the South, T.W. Josie High School Pep Band entertaining the crowd. Halftime score, the Jaguars trailing by 11. In this one, 38-27, Charles McNeil and Lynn Carlson. Happy to have you guys with us. This is the place to be, the home of the Jaguars. Renovated, looking fabulous, and ready for postseason play. A week from today, Augusta University will host a first-round playoff game here in this facility. The only thing we don't know as yet is whether they'll be against one of the lowest of seeds or whether it'll be one that's right there next to you, number 4 or versus number 5.
You know, that's why this game is so important. And there's 3 factors in why the score is what it is. First of all, we haven't made a 3. Second, we're shooting a real low field goal percentage. And the 5-player from the Nighthawks is sprinting the floor. They're throwing over the defense, and they've got 2 or 3 unobstructed layups on fast breaks. But what hurt us even more, their 5 players caught the ball and dished it off to a cutter, who's also beat our defense down. Then all of a sudden, the Jaguars had a resurrection of their energy with about 6 minutes to go in the second half. And they came back. Jackson started asserting himself low, and it looked like it was going to be a nail-biter by halftime. But then again, the Nighthawks separated. They've got tremendous spacing on their press offense.
Let's take a look at the series history in this one. As these 2 teams have been going at it for quite some time, the history looks like this. The 44th meeting between the Nighthawks and the Jaguars, with the Nighthawks leading this series 28-16. First meeting this year, first meeting that is in the series goes back to 1982, where the Jaguars were victorious. Of course, they were victorious by 8 earlier this season, a little bit over a month ago. But in that game, Elise Autry had 24 points, and so far in this one, she's been held scoreless. Now, what about our news and notes segment? Let's take a look real quickly at that. And you can see Shauna Gaither, our current Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week. Coming up, highlights and so much more. You're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network.
At the Augusta Marriott at the Convention Center, where comfort meets the heart of downtown Augusta. Relax in spacious rooms designed for a restful stay and a refreshing view. Start your morning with a workout in the fitness center. Savor every evening at Augustino's Italian Eatery, where local flavors meet classic taste. Discover how effortless your stay can feel at the Augusta Marriott. Discover unparalleled event spaces at the Augusta Marriott in Augusta, Georgia. From intimate boardrooms to expansive conference halls, our versatile venues cater to every occasion. With dozens of modern, flexible rooms, state-of-the-art amenities, and dedicated event staff, we ensure your meetings, conventions, or celebrations are seamless and unforgettable. Host your next event at Augusta Marriott.
Back inside Christenberry Fieldhouse, where we've got an 11-point game and plenty of highlights on hand in that first half.
Here we're starting off with the Lady Nighthawks. They go initially with a high-low. Augusta plays behind their post player. Beat the trap. Hits the corner shooter. Once again, this is what's killed us right there. That play right there has killed us. The long pass resulting in either a basket or a dish for a basket. Good ball movement. They're hitting their shots.
Yeah, they knocked down 3 of 9 from distance.
That Chloe comes back and hits the longest shot she's attempted this year. Here's our stellar player. Abercrombie with a turnaround shot.
Dorsey closing out the half. The Jaguars oh so close as we take a look at the halftime numbers. And it looks like this again. The Jaguars trailing by 11, which is the largest deficit that they faced early on in that second quarter. They actually had as much as a 15-point deficit. Jaguars have yet to lead in this game. And as you see, shooting a porous 29% from the field compared to 50% for North Georgia. Only 2 3-point attempts after our recent games in which the Jaguars were victorious. They scored 5, 6, 7 threes during the course of those games. So they're going to have to get it back on track if they're going to have any kind of success competing against this offensive juggernaut that is North Georgia.
Well, the 3 ball is really important for 2 things. If they're not taking them, then the defense can sag in and make it difficult for Jackson and Chloe and Langston or whoever is playing in the post area. So they've got to at least attempt them to draw the defense out, and maybe something can happen on second balls inside. But A, they're not making them, and B, they're not shooting them. So that's going to change. But if their defense, if they don't get back quicker, nothing's going to help them.
So one of the things you would think maybe that Celeste Stewart was doing by not shooting a lot of threes is trying to get the ball in the painted area, take advantage of what has been a successful run by Jaguars against recent opponents in scoring in the paint.
But it works the opposite way. If you don't take it, everybody sucks and sags in. So you've got to take a couple of them. And if you're fortunate enough to make a couple, it makes it so much easier for the post players and the forwards to score. Here we go.
Second half underway. Riley Simmons inbounds. Puts in the hands of Zayna Preston. This is Hannah Kale. She saw limited action in that first half. Kale, free throw line. Had a good look, but didn't knock it down. Jaguars, let's see what they have in store for us to begin the second half. Down 11. Quinasia Abercrombie, all Peach Belt Conference preseason performer, slides underneath and scoops it home. So Abercrombie entered this game averaging 15 points. Scores her second field goal of the game, along with 2 free throws. She has 6 now. Dump it down low. McLaughlin. She's tough in there.
Well, she was half-fronted, but we're half-fronted on the wrong side.
McLaughlin with 8 now. Has yet to get a rebound in this game. Haven't needed her on the boards. Beautiful feed. They cleared things out. And a nice rim run by Jackson.
Great cut, lazy D by the Nighthawks. Gives her a bunny.
From the wing. That one rattles off. There is Autry again corralling the board. Up to Dorsey. Dorsey thought about it, as did Autry. That one's thrown away. Got to chase it down. That'll be a backcourt violation. No, they let it go out of bounds. It'll be North Georgia basketball.
Jags in a 1-2-2 zone.
Cross court, extra pass at the corner, Jones. And a third rebound in the opening 2+ minutes. And now Dorsey from way downtown rattles off. Byard battling on close, and she scores off the window. So Nadia Byard
gets her in the scoring column. Maybe that'll energize her.
McLaughlin rejected by Jackson. Q working against a smaller defender, goes high off the window. There was a lot of contact and no whistle. Celeste Stewart working the outside official.
Yeah, the Jaguars reversed the tempo on that one. They beat the Nighthawks back.
Lazy pass there. Fortunate to get that one in the front court. Now from the wing. The fling, and once again it dings. This time it's Kale. Her second made 3 from distance.
And that was a bomb.
Transfer from Georgia College State University out of Savannah. Quick shot by the Jags leads to Preston's open look for 3. One rattled off. Wonder why it's your first time seeing the Nighthawks, why they shoot so many threes. They lead the Peach Belt Conference in three-point percentage. In particular, when you see Avery Jones, who pulled up that last one, she's third all-time in three-point shooter.
Checking in for Augusta, Chloe Ross.
They've been shooting them in this game, but they haven't been tearing it up.
Also checking in.
They've been making about 1 out of 3. 1 out of 4.
Autry at the line for the Jaguars. Bringing the deficit inside of double figures.
They can close it to 5 by the end of the quarter. They get a shot at coming back and winning it in the fourth quarter.
Lisa Autry, 77% free throw shooter. And her first attempts at the line knocked down a pair, so she's on the board. And that is a turnover.
Nighthawks came out of the zone into a man-to-man, and it's a turnover.
Q has Ross underneath. She seals. Left-handed layup is up and down.
Great position, great move, great left hand. Pass inside, seal, turn. Well done.
So important for Chloe to get that positioning inside. She's virtually unstoppable. Give and go right there, and it worked to perfection. Avery Jones.
With a howitzer from outside.
Autry looking for the answer. It's rejected. Ross loses it. And now the Nighthawks on the run. Preston spinning. Kicks it out. Jones with the quick release. Off the hand. And deflected. Last touched by the long arm of Eminer.
That is a distant shot, folks.
Maddie Millar back on the floor. Now Jackson, up and under move to the basket. There's a lot of contact, no whistle there. Jackson goes in with the right hand hook. followed up by Q. It drops, and a foul.
They never gave up on it.
The foul's on North Georgia's Avery
1,
Jones.
2.
We have a media time.
And you're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network.
Augusta Athletics. Grab a Coca-Cola for yourself and a friend. Fans, let's hear it for the TW Josie Marching Band.
This is the home of the Jaguars, Christenberry Fieldhouse, Wednesday night college basketball. And the sonic boom of the South Pep Band, TW Josie, here at Augusta, a staple. High school basketball floors for years, and football fields as well. They've entertained crowds not just here, but all over the country.
They do a great job.
Free throws knocked down. 6-point game. Coach said they got to get it down to 5 by the end of the quarter, and they're just about there, nearly halfway through. Tamira Whittle back on the floor for the Jaguars, but there's an open look. The outstanding scorer. She can't make it work that time with Jones. Got a second opportunity, but it's taken away, and here come the Jags. Whittle, transfer student in her first season with the program. Junior out of Columbia, Maryland. Q for 3. Over the top. Jackson's got to be careful in there.
They had Chloe that time in the low post.
Avery Jones
position.
Gives way, backdoor feed, ball deflected, and there's a steal by Jackson. Dorsey to the bucket. Too strong. Ball tipped out of the hands of Simmons. She regains. 2 excellent looks by the Jaguars, unable to capitalize. Now Simmons. Left wing brings it up top into the hands of Millar. Spinning is Preston. Preston, when they need a bucket, they've gone to her, and she has delivered.
Well, she's their best penetrator. Because that was silky smooth.
5 of 8 from the floor for Preston. 12 points to lead the way for the Nighthawks. Dorsey from the free throw line draws contact, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
She's using the intermediate game here. That's part of the game that kind of has been lost. But for you high school players out there, and grammar school and middle school players, if you can learn to be a great shooter from 15 to 18 feet, as well as the three-pointer, your value increases by leaps and bounds.
Dorsey, who averages 7 points a game, 66% free throw shooter, takes care of business at the line for the Jags. Deficit's back to 6. Chloe Ross comes back on the floor, as does Kamira Langston. They joined Abercrombie and Dorsey, along with Whittle. This is Preston driving again against the smaller Whittle. Shot comes up short. McLaughlin with the follow-up. That's a rebound for her. Second chance opportunity that didn't drop, but she'll go to the line to shoot two.
She's got great position. Nice seal. Missed an easy one.
That's the third foul against the freshman Ross. This is the second one.
Got a hitch in her free throw delivery.
Chloe Ross trying to fire up her Jaguars.
Terrific job by Chloe. Seal, spin, score.
The foul is on
well done.
number 44, Ava Watson. That is her third. That is the fourth foul.
Ross, much better release that time. Just didn't get the results. Double team. Foul against the Jaguars. That'll go against Dorsey.
That's her third, the team's third.
Go for Dorsey, that's number 3. She'll stay on the floor. And Ross with the takeaway. Abercrombie, 2 on 3. Abercrombie kicks it out. Langston for 3 ball. No, couldn't chase it down. Preston looking to attack against Whittle. There's the bump and a foul. We'll go against Augusta.
That's her first. It's Augusta's fourth.
Well, Charles, we're at that 5-point mark right now. Let's see if they can cut it even closer.
Jaguars were outscored 22-12 in that opening quarter and 16-15 outscored in the second as well. The advantage has been theirs here in the third period. 17-11 is the run by the Jaguars. Preston with 8 on the shot clock. Thought about the 3. Blows by Whittle. Gets to the bucket. Lays it in. And a foul.
The foul is on Augusta's Tamir Whittle. That's her second, the team's 5th foul in the game for the
She goes to the line now. The penetration on that was good, but the spin that she had when she cleansed it off the backboard was even better.
Explosive guard is Preston, and just a sophomore. And you look across the league, Coach, there's so many outstanding sophomores and freshmen coming into the Peach Belt Conference.
I think it's the youth development leagues and the AAU and women's basketball has been taken more seriously in high school. You add all those factors together, you're going to get better players.
I pity the coaches who will be voting for the all-league teams this year. Just so much talent on display. Final week of the regular season, final home game, and final regular season game for the Jaguars. Nighthawks have one more remaining. They'll play on Saturday. And then the conference tournament begins on Wednesday. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Dorsey with those 3 fouls looking to operate. Fall away, jump shot on the way, rattles around, but the iron doesn't help him.
The foul is on North Georgia's Riley Simmons. Her first. It's the team's 5th foul. Checking in for the Jaguars, Nadia Meyer.
So tremendous spin.
She was on the free throw line, just made a great penetration and spin move and faded it away.
So Jaguars having a lot of success in staying in this game by virtue of their free throw opportunities. Now 11 of 13 on the game. North Georgia 7 of 10 thus far. Ogden in the lane quite a long time without a whistle. That one was deflected out of bounds. Buffy Burson trying to get her star back in the game. Avery Jones.
Both coaches are getting fired up right now.
Again, very impactful contest here. A lot on the line. In the preseason, the Jaguars were picked to finish third, North Georgia fourth. Correct myself there. North Georgia was picked to finish first. The Jaguars third. Currently, they're in the third and fourth positions.
That's her fourth.
So a win here, Augusta would be guaranteed either second or third place.
Their leading scorers at the line.
And a rare miss by Avery Jones.
Smooth delivery.
Jones was pressed into service as their top scorer. Caroline Martin, 4 points away from 2,000, but she's been suffering multiple injuries throughout the course of the season. There's the lob over the top to Byard. She kicks it out to Whittle. Right wing corner. Burns for three. She chases it down. Rebounded by Autry. Left wide open. Burns, the smallest woman on the floor, comes away with it, and she'll regroup. Now she gets it back on the left side. Goes behind the back. Step back. Long range two-pointer. Misses the mark. Byard kept it alive, but that'll do it. 3 quarters are in the books. 30 minutes are done. 10 more minutes to decide who has the wherewithal to make a big run in the upcoming tournament. You're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network. Preston and Jackson leading their respective teams as they come out on the floor for the fourth period. Jackson with 15 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal. And Preston, Zayna getting it done, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Jaguars outscoring North Georgia 18-15 in the third period to cut the deficit to 8. And turnover gives the ball back to the Nighthawks. Deflection out of bounds. Nighthawks with the...
You know, the 3-ball has been unkind to the Jags all night. Eventually, somebody's got to knock one down.
0 for 8 for Augusta from distance. 5 of 16 for the Nighthawks. Jones pulling up from downtown as the shot clock wound down and didn't touch anything. And that's a shot clock violation, so a great way for Augusta to begin the fourth period. After turning it over on one end, they come up with a defensive stand on the other.
Yeah, Jones forced that shot up, but time was running out.
Whittle gets the start here in the fourth period. You might ask why. Shania Dorsey, who got the start here, has 4 fouls. Driving attempt by Abercrombie came up shy, but she picked up contact, and a foul will go against North Georgia. Foul is assessed against Jalea Storr. That's her second, team's first.
Yeah, one of the things that the Jaguars have done well in this game is shoot free throws. So let's see if they can continue with their high-level proficiency from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've only missed 2 in tonight's contest. And there's the old broadcaster's curse.
I jinxed her. Shouldn't have said anything.
I'll take half of that one too, Coach. And she makes good on the second. So the leading free throw shooter in the conference came in shooting 83%. And another outstanding performance on the part of Quinasia Abercrombie. 10 points in this game. She could be in contention for Player of the Year. That competition, another one of those preseason all-conference selection, winning the Freshman of the Year last year. Preston will head back to the line.
Yeah, we just had a position where she was determined that she was going to shoot it regardless. Unfortunately, she got bailed out when she got fouled. Had her head down, and she was going downtown.
4 or 5 from the line. 17 points now for Preston. On the season, averaging 10 points a game. So 7 better than that here. And extending the lead to 9. This is the period that the Jaguars have had their most difficult time this season. The fourth quarter. Abercrombie trying to change that.
That's the second one of those she's made today.
Jaguars have scored better than 400 points on the season in all 3 quarters, the first, second, and third. But in that fourth period, 391 is the number. Mid-range game. You touched on it earlier, Coach, and Jalea Storr showcases her ability to knock it down from there.
Nice screen and roll, dribble drive, pull up.
8 minutes remaining in regulation. Quinasia Abercrombie open. Avery Jones giving way. Quinasia off the window, counted, and a foul. A chance for a 4-point play.
The bank was open. And she made a withdrawal.
That's her fourth, the team's second. At the line for Augusta, Quinasia Abercrombie. But first, the substitute for North Georgia, checking in number 23.
So Quinasia Abercrombie came into this game with 25 3-pointers. That's number 26 in fantastic fashion, but she can't get the unconventional 4-point play there. Jones looking for a 3 of her own. She's strong, and Abercrombie runs it down in front of the North Georgia bench. Here comes Abercrombie attacking the rack. She gets her pocket picked by Jones, and the official with a late whistle, much to the chagrin of the blue-cladded Nighthawks.
That was a tough call for, let's see it, coming up. And no, she turned. That was a legit call. Turned her shoulder.
Whittle feints, looking for help. Fires it into Ross. Off the window, no. Autry went flying in, but couldn't get there. And now here comes Jones. Simmons bringing Jackson away from the basket. Now Preston working against Abercrombie. Lofts it down low. And they lose it out of bounds. And a late whistle. And a foul against Chloe.
If you look the way the Nighthawks are playing right now, Preston's just taking this game over for her team. She's either scoring or making the dish for whatever happens right now.
You looked at that one on the second look. It did not look like there was a whole lot of contact, but there is some there on the trip. The Jaguars will pick up another foul. And if it's on Dorsey, that's number 5. Make that against Autry, that would be number 5.
Here we go with the drive. The foot's in the wrong place. It's one of those fouls that the basketball gods are against you.
So Ross, in foul difficulty, has to take a break. Dorsey on the floor with those 4 fouls. Turning and facing Simmons. Too strong. Rebounded by Jackson. Holds it high over her head. And here comes Autry. Abercrombie, free throw line. She likes it right there. And she knocks it home right there. Plus a foul.
The foul is on the North Georgia's Jalita Store. Her third, the team's 4th foul.
Okay, here you're going to see the dribble drive and the intermediate jump shot. Perfect.
Timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your A.
You're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peachtree Sports Network.
Good try.
Augusta University on their home floor with a 10-4 record, putting that on the line as they face North Georgia, one of their rivals here in the Peach Belt Conference. You're watching it on the Peachtree Sports Network alongside Lynn Carlson, Charles McNeil, and a cast of thousands, our outstanding production team led by Thomas Mitchell, stage manager Kevin Feigl alongside as well, and we couldn't do it without them. As the free throw drops home to extend the lead back to 3. Or cut the deficit, that is, to 3. The three-point play by Quinasia Abercrombie. Abercrombie having quite an evening. Though not shooting proficiently, 6 of 15 from the floor, volume shooting. Made field goals. She's got 18 now in the game. Amari Jackson with 15 points and 8 rebounds, headed toward a double-double. 8 points in the game for Chloe Ross off the bench for Coach Celeste Stewart, and helping them along the way. An outstanding bench as well. Bench scoring, Jaguars 12-10, the advantage. Paint points even at 24. Points off turnovers, the Jaguars taking advantage. of 15 turnovers by the Nighthawks, turning that into 16 points. Jaguars, on the other hand, turning it over 10 times and giving up 6 to North Georgia.
You know, statistically, it's been a pretty even game, and that's why the score is as close as it is. And even though the 3 that the Jags made was a banker, they all count, and a couple more 3 balls that go in, and the Jaguars are going to win this game. And there's been a change in the momentum as well. It's been gradually building for the Jaguars, and they're playing with a little bit more confidence, and the Lady Nighthawks have seemed a little bit fragile against the press, whereas in the first half, they executed against the press perfectly.
So again, we're doing this, meaning the Jaguars doing it with Elise Autry, who scored 24 points when these two teams met each other about 33 days ago. She led the way on both sides. Avery Jones met her and matched her at 24 as well, and it's Jones in the backcourt with the basketball. And there's a steal. Quinasia Abercrombie to the basket. And the Jaguars have cut the deficit down to 1.
Lady Nighthawks a little bit frazzled right now. Tough shot by Jones.
Avery Jones, the local product, playing in her home, college and university, and knocking it down from close range. The local hero making good right there. Chloe Ross, the freshman from North Carolina, off balance on that shot attempt. Better served to gather right there, right, Coach?
Absolutely. Here we go. Get a big stop right here now.
Jones coming up short, loose ball, and there's Chloe Ross picking up number 5. Help side defense was an issue right there for the Jaguars, and it cost the freshman an opportunity to continue for the remaining 5 minutes and 23 seconds.
This game, in all likelihood, is going to go down to a 1 or 2 possession game.
Jones working against Abercrombie. She'll draw a foul on the leaner. For Q, that's number 3.
Jones is a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, their entire team shoots the ball really well. Jones, 82% on the year.
Nothing but string music.
Yeah, she did wind up missing her first of 2 the last trip, but not here. And she's extended the lead. The Jaguars have never led in this contest. Drew even, or just about even, 1-point deficit late here. And let's see what they can do on this one. Remember, they won the last contest. Abercrombie couldn't get it over the rim. Good box out and defensive stand that time by Eminer. Jones, blow by. Oh, Byard with the rejection, but a foul is called against Nadia.
Looks like Jones is trying to take over the offensive brunt for the Nighthawks. Yeah, the foul wasn't on the arm. The foul was on the back and the lats.
Jones at the line, 5 of 6. Make it 6 of 7 from the free throw line. "17 shot attempts in the game, knocking down 5 of them. And Q gets the same thing on the other side as Buffy Burson And her coaching staff didn't agree with that call.
Let's see this play. Is this a flop? Well, it looks like Preston came in a little bit from the side and a foot gun underneath her. But
you've got to allow the player room to land.
But from Buffy's angle, if she didn't see that, it did look like a flop.
Now, she does have the benefit, as we do, of instant replay. Our production team does a fantastic job of giving you the pictures. And that replay clearly showed Preston coming on off the weak side. Now a drive, left-handed layup, falls. And that's Kale. That's her first 2-point field goal. CeCe McGinley. They dump it down low. Jackson fighting for it, loose, and stolen away. 4 minutes remain. Jaguars had it to within one possession. Now it's opened up to a 7-point game, a 3-possession contest.
This is a big possession right here.
Preston rattles out. Byard tips it over, and here comes Abercrombie. Could have called a foul in the backcourt instead. Abercrombie looks for a cutter. Byard has it in traffic, and she's tied up. And now we've got a foul against the Nighthawks. Simmons.
The foul is on the Nighthawks. Riley Simmons, her second. At the line for Augusta shooting 2, Nadia Byard.
You know, ever since I said that they were making their free throws, they've gone south on here. Should have never said anything. There she got one.
So Nadia makes good on the second opportunity. And the Jaguars needed that with 3:44 remaining. 65-59. About midway through the 5-minute mark, it was a 1-point game. And since that time, an 8-3 run by North Georgia has opened things up. They try to hold on and even the series, the season series, each winning on the opponent's home floor.
Well, the Jags had the momentum there for about 2 or 3 minutes. So it looked like they were going to take the lead. But, you know, championship teams fight back. And Buffy's had a lot of championship teams, and they didn't waffle. They fought back, and now the score is what it is.
And if you're a Jaguar fan, you definitely want to see the Jaguars prevail, not just because you're a fan of theirs, but because of what it means as far as the tournament is concerned, and also what it means as far as the national ranking points that can get you into the Southeast Regional Tournament, regardless of your outcome. You probably still have to win a game in the Peach Belt Tournament, but still an opportunity to survive and move on. Jaguars looking for win number 19 of the year.
And that's perfectly said. There's dual implications for the Jags on the outcome of this game. A, how are they going to finish up the regular season? Who will they play? And also, how are they going to be positioned for the regional tournament? If they lose this game here, I think they're going to have to win at least 2 games in the postseason playoff to be considered for the regional tournament. Maybe they're going to have to win them all.
CeCe McGinley picking up a foul. She was trying to guard Jones away from the basket. For CeCe, that's her first. Avery Jones, comfortable at the line. First miss here in the fourth quarter after 6 consecutive makes for the Nighthawks.
They'll probably keep the ball in her hands and in Preston's hands. Jags need a hoop.
Q to McGinley. She likes the top of the circle. Now Q at the free throw line, elevates. Air ball thrown up there and nobody at home to grab the loose ball.
Here comes the press.
Got to get it into somebody. Jones, there's a steal. Layup is off. Autry had a golden opportunity and couldn't make the money.
That was huge. Particularly if the Nighthawks end up on the free throw line in this possession.
Got 10 on the shot clock. Jones with the basketball, guarded by McGinley. Gets inside, lays it up and down. So a 4-point turnaround as Avery Jones continues her big fourth quarter.
That miss was monumental.
And then McGinley loses it out of bounds.
Here we go. Drives. Banks. No weak side help. Nighthawks in control.
They'll push it into the front court. There's a trap. Fired right there. Held ball. Possession arrow stays down in this end to North Georgia. Simmons will trigger. Jones wants it. Instead they go to Preston. Now down low. Eminer. Right wing corner. Kale with the dagger.
That's the third one she's made tonight, folks. And those are bombs.
Number 38, 39, and 40 on the season. And there's another unforced error by the Jaguars, they say.
We go way a distance three-pointer. Perfect. Now they just need to hold the ball and they don't need to shoot anymore. Unless they get a free throw, they don't even need to attempt a shot.
Four-possession game. Cross-court pass. Shot clock at 3. And buried. And that will do it. So the Jaguars, who defeated North Georgia on the road a little over a month ago. North Georgia came out on fire by 10 in that opening quarter of play. A 17-2 run.
Intermediate shot, and she's been on fire from the 3 and the 2. So you're looking at Jones, Kale, and Preston have done a yeoman's job this evening with the playing for the Nighthawks. They've put the team on the back, and they're taking them home to the promised land.
So from the point in which we had a 1-point game, with the Jaguars climbing all the way back, a 17-2 run by Buffy Burson's group has put them in complete control, and they appear poised to win their 18th game of the season and their 13th game in Peach Belt Conference play. Still with one more game on the slate.
And the dreaded fourth quarter has struck again.
Abercrombie. 5th 2-point field goal for her. And there's a steal. Jaguars have it. 70 seconds left. Can we have a miracle here inside the Christenberry? Q for 3. No weak side rebound available. Dorsey backing up on the defensive end. Would have loved to see her force the error issue, even with those 4 fouls, and go in for the loose ball. And now the Jaguars forced a foul to extend this game.
Fouls on the Jaguars. Elise Autry. That's her 4th foul.
Kale and Avery don't make many basketball IQ mistakes. Both of them understand this game and how to play. Charles, this is one of these games that when you look at the final score, they'll say, well, North Georgia handily beat the Jaguars. And that's not the case. This was a nip-and-tuck game up until about 3 minutes to go, and the Jags just fell apart.
We've seen it so many times before. A team in the Peach Belt going on the road, it's always so difficult. The Jaguars are 10-4 on their home floor this season before this loss. They had a tremendous home record. Matter of fact, they've done extremely well across the board. 8-4 their road record, so not to say the Jaguars can't travel. And they gave Columbus State arguably one of their top games inside the conference this year. So should they have to match up as that 4th seed?
Wouldn't you say not being able to make a 3-ball in this game really hurt them?
Without a doubt. Talking about a Jaguar team that struggled to knock down threes. We only have the one by Abercrombie. It's a lone 3-pointer in this game. So you had the combination of that and that opening start of the game where they were outscored by 10. You take those 10 off the board, make it even 2 or 3, and we're looking at a game that's nip and tuck down the stretch with a made 3 or 2.
If you break the game into different compartments for the first 6 or 7 minutes, the Nighthawks dominated the game. And then slowly and gradually for about the next 18, 22, 23 minutes, the Jaguars outplayed them and clawed their way back. And then we get into this situation where there was a total collapse. I know Coach Stewart's going to be devastated.
Yeah, they were certainly preparing for this opportunity to get back into the NCAA tournament, thinking another quality win over a North Georgia team could help. When they beat them earlier in the season, they were nationally ranked. And Jaguars actually have a pair of nationally ranked victories. The win over Coker earlier this year as well, when they were number 2 in the nation. Have a little collision, but no one worse for wear, as you see Simmons smiling.
I think they're going to call more than a foul on this.
So based on the officials, flagrant foul is called. So Buffy Burson, they're going to get Caroline Martin into the game.
To shoot the free throws.
Yes, or at least prepared to, if there's an option. Now it doesn't appear as if they can sub her out to shoot the Tech.
And that's why they wanted Caroline Martin to come in.
Well, that, and also that she's just a couple points shy of 2,000 in her career.
Oh, you know what? Now that I see her on the bench, I remember her from last year. She's a heck of a player.
Yeah, imagine how good this team would be
if they had her
with her services.
Yeah, then you got Preston and Kale, and you've got
a 3-guard attack. This could be hard to beat.
Wow.
Yes. That could have been backcourt. There's a sandwich situation happening there. Langston and Q. And a held ball gives the ball over to the Jaguars with 40 seconds left, but still down big. Got to get a shot up. Dorsey, free throw line. Magic.
Best move she's made tonight.
She's going to be a terrific player in the years to come, as Autry couldn't run it down. Aminer holds onto the basketball and draws another foul against the Jaguars.
You know, if the Nighthawks have had a consistent weakness in this game, it hasn't been beating the press, it's been getting the ball in bounds. And they don't have like a multiple screens or multiple motion and then people getting open for the inbound pass. And they struggle then to get the ball in bounds And on 2 times earlier, they've struggled to get the ball in bounds.
Himner misses a pair. 18.8 seconds left. And a timeout on the floor. So fans, we've got another game coming your way right here on the Peachtree Sports Network. 30 minutes or so from now, we'll have all the activity for you coming up. So we'll have an opportunity for you to see the men in action. So Avery Jones, the star of the game with 22 points, 5 better than her season average. She has literally put her team on her back here in the 4th period, elevating her squad. After 3 quarters of play, she had 11 points.
She got them all late, and also freshman carried her for a while, and then Hannah Kale came in at the end, and she played lights up. She made a pull-up jumper. She made a couple of bombs from outer space. So those 3 gals just did a terrific job.
A terrestrial performance, Coach says, on the part of the North Georgia Nighthawks. Turned off the lights here in Augusta. 3-pointer up, no good. Final seconds of the game. We've talked with Coach Celeste Stewart on numerous occasions following these games about locking in and staying connected for 4 quarters of basketball. Jaguars made a feverish run, but it was too little and too late on this occasion as the win. Number 18 belongs to the Nighthawks of North Georgia as they are victorious by a final score of 76-65. That does it for now on the Peachtree Sports Network. But we will be back, that is, in 30 minutes for the men's game. Those watching online, stay tuned for the post-game show because you're watching Augusta University basketball.
Back in action Wednesday, March the 4th. Game time is 7:30. Again, the Peach Belt Conference playoffs. Augusta women will be back in action Wednesday, March the 4th. Game time.
Unfortunately, the Jaguars coming up on a short end of a 76-65 contest. I'm joined by the head coach in just a second, Celeste Stewart, and she'll make her way in. As Lynn steps aside, we'll bring Coach in and have a conversation with her here on the Roar Network, and then we'll get you ready for what is to come. So Jaguars, 18 victories on the season. 18-9 is the record. They finish up the Peach Belt Conference regular season 13-7. And the Nighthawks improved to 18-11. 13-6 with 1 more game remaining in Peach Belt Conference play. And we're joined by the head coach in her 4th season. Celeste Stewart is alongside the Sonic Boom of the South. The pep band for T.W. Josie is rocking the house as well. Coach, what was your game plan coming into this contest? As far as you knew, you defeated this team a little bit over a month ago up at their place by 8. And you had a solid performance by your point guard, Elise Autry, who scored 24 in that one.
Yeah, us transitioned, and that's what happened in the first half, the first quarter. I mean, they were just outrunning us, and we worked on that in practice, how important it was going to be able to get back in transition, and that was a big factor for us. Outside of that, everything else is within a a couple possessions, but the first quarter, come out low energy. Kind of the same thing with Middle Georgia. He came out low energy, but was able to pull it out. But hats off to North Georgia, they came in ready to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe the most complete fourth quarter performance we had was the Middle Georgia game on our home floor. You also played obviously well when you defeated Coker earlier in the year. You played well up there in Dahlonega when they were nationally ranked. And in this game, I agree with you that they seemed to outpace us up and down the floor. We got good looks, though, on the offensive end. We just didn't cash in on our opportunities in that opening quarter. Thus, we were down by 10. So you look at that, and then you look at the free throw disparity. 20 of 29 they shot. Not that we didn't get a lot of shots up, because we certainly did. 18 of 23. And we shot 71 attempts during the game. But I think the three-point shot was also a huge factor in that we only made 1 out of 12.
Yeah. I mean, the three-point shooting, also for us, like capitalizing off of second chance opportunities. Like we had second chances, but we wasn't finishing around the basket like we needed to. And then being shot ready. Like there was times that we had daylight, but we just was hesitant. And then by that time, they closed it down. So now we gotta find something else. So it's something that we gotta work through. Got conference tournament now, so we gotta move on and learn and grow from it.
One more thing about this game I got to ask you about. 57-56 was the score. It's about 5.5 left in the game, and they went on a 17-2 run. It seemed as if we had made that big charge, being down by double figures, to get it back. We chopped them down in the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Did your team kind of run out of steam, do you think, at that point?
No, I think the fouls, I think that's what it came down to.
There were some questionable calls. I know you can't speak to it.
No, yeah, I'm just saying fouls in general. Then we send them into the free throw line. Now they're shooting free throws. Now they're getting rest. Now we're getting back into our offense. Now the defense is set. Like those things. I mean, we're at our best when we can get out and go. But if there's a lot of stoppage of play, then it works to their advantage.
Final thing I have for you, coaches. Talk a little bit about the preparation now, as you guys are just a few days away from the start of the Peach Belt Conference tournament. You'll host the first round game either as I assume now a third or fourth seed, or do you still have an outside chance of being number 2?
Yeah, more likely third or fourth.
Okay, so you'll do that. So what's your timeline now as you prepare for the team? Will they have days off? Will they get right back to work?
So more likely take tomorrow off. Still go to weights. Get back after it Friday to watch a film, working on us, and then Saturday still getting shots up. So just staying ready. We can't take too many days off, and to have good momentum going into conference tournament.
Well, we know you guys will be ready for action. We'll certainly have it for them on the Roar Network next Wednesday night. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we need the entire city to come out and support your Jaguar women. 18 wins on the season and more to come as they prepare for another opportunity, coach's second chance to get into the NCAAs as a head coach. Coach, thanks so much. Sorry that we get a chance to visit after a loss, but we thank you so much for being so gracious with your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, that's Coach Celeste Stewart. It was a fantastic evening for basketball. The stage was set, an opportunity for the Jaguars to make a huge run. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. And we'll come back and talk about Game 2 of our twin bill. The Jaguars losing Game 1 of this doubleheader, 76-65. And we'll be back in just a few moments. Look over to the men's schedule or tune in on the Peachtree Sports Network. Your action comes your way in about 25 minutes from now. For all the hardworking men and women, Charles McNeil saying so long.